These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mountain Goat. Mountain Goat says, this week I had an interesting conversation with my CBI contact in Iraq. I was told to expect yet another official rate change of the dinar from the 1320 rate. I was told the new that was my dog saying hi. I was told the new measures were trying to get as close to 1000 rate as possible. I asked about a more specific number, but I could not get a commitment on the actual range. However, I was told the measures to be taken in the coming weeks should move the dinar within this range. Mountain Goat question, what is the plan once this new rate range is met? Mountain Goat says, I was told that the CBI would then go ahead with the project to delete the zeros. We know that when this new rate is rolled out, the CBI will then drop the 3 zeros from the currency. It was my feeling that they are heading to around 1166 from 1320 rate, so we are not that far to go, and these new measures should take them to the rate they need. All right, Samson article quote central bank new decisions will be issued next week that may contribute to lowering the exchange rate, unquote. Mark Zevia PDK question, do you think there will be an interim rate change in Iraq between 1,000 and 700 before they drop the 3 zeros and get us to better than 1 to 1? Mark Z's answers, if you had asked that a few weeks ago, I would have said yes. But asking today, I think they are going to skip that step, but we will see. Militiaman article, quote, the deputy governor of the bank promised yesterday other decisions will be issued next week that may contribute significantly to reducing the dollar exchange rate, unquote. Militiaman says they're talking about reducing the dollar exchange rate. They can do it in the official sense, or they can be considering that to the parallel market sense. The quote for the black market or the parallel market were fake. Basically, the corrupt were cheating the corrupt, and some of them were complaining. That's something that's happening next week. Frank26 says they are protecting the dinar and they're protecting the exchange rate from any speculation, fluctuation, lies, profiteering from any Iranian thief. This is amazing. This is 304. They just blew the door wide open to bring forth the new exchange rate, the budget, the HCL, lower denoms, coins, the future of Iraq. Clara has an article, quote, exchange offices in Baghdad are closed for fear of arrest, unquote. Another quote, the price of the dollar has become unknown in the markets because there is no parallel market, as it is prohibited to trade in exchange offices except at the official rate, noting that the exchange shops that open their doors do not sell or buy dollars for fear of arrest. Quote, Claire says, do you think they got the message? Perfect timing. All right, Pimpy, community comment, quote, contrary to what some think, the budget needs a significant RV to work, unquote. Pimpy responds, no, it doesn't. Pimpy says Iraq has been dealing with this type of exchange rate for 20 years. Their budgets are based on the Iraqi dinar, not the exchange rate between the U.S. and Iraq, just their own currency. Nader from the Mideast says we are waiting for next week. We're going to see what's going to happen. I hope we go to 1,000 because once it goes to 1,000, I'm sure they're going to remove the zeros. It will be 1 to 1. I hope so. I hope this is going to happen, and that's what everybody thinks is going to happen, but it's tough. It's not easy. Militiaman has an article, quote, the printing of the Iraqi currency will not be random. There's no fear of an increase in the monetary mass, unquote. Militiaman says what they're talking about is education. They're telling people educational items, so if they do print a currency, it's going to do it for a purpose. If they increase the supply of currency in the street, it's going to devalue the currency. What they're stating is there's no fear of an increase in the monetary mass, therefore there would be no reduction in the value of the dinar. They keep reiterating next week, which may contribute significantly to reducing the exchange rate of the dollar. All right, Frank26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report. Firefly says all the corrupt people in Iraq are trying to blame the USA for the issues. They're saying it's the USA's fault. However, the problem, just like Alak told us, is in the local merchants that are refusing to get on the dinar platform and still use the dollar. and smuggling of dollars outside of Iraq by false companies. By citizens we know is the corrupt that are getting caught. We know this. All right, Mountain Goat says in today's news, the CBI tells us that on Thursday, August 3rd, 2023, the Central Bank of Iraq revealed new decisions that will be issued next week to reduce the price of the dollar in Iraq. We know this is the fourth time the CBI told us they were implementing a package of currency reforms. All right, Candy Kisses. Lastly, article quote, parliamentary finance. The budget will be implemented during the current week, unquote. Another quote, and the Parliamentary Finance Committee confirmed earlier that the federal budget law for the next 3 years will enter into force during the next few days, pointing out that subcommittees have been formed to monitor exchange operations.